Today's episode is one you've been asking for and we've been promising for a long time. Welcome to Dumb Money's first of what I hope to be many episodes on trading and investing in stocks.
We reveal the stock picking strategy that Chris used to turn $20K into $10 million.
I'm sitting here at Southern Methodist University in the very classroom where I took Intro to Investing over 23 years ago.
In 2011, Chris wrote a book on the topic called Laughing at Wall Street: How I Beat the Pros at Investing by Reading Tabloids, Shopping at the Mall, and Connecting on Facebook, and how you can too.
Truth is, I spent more time trading stocks on a payphone in the basement of this business school than I ever did in this class giving credence to conventional investment principles.
The book was a thing all over the world. It was translated to Korean, this one's from Hungary, and in Japan, they gave him a funny mustache.
I am living proof that you don't need big Wall Street experience or a pedigreed financial degree to outperform the world's top traders. I'll show you how to outsmart Wall Street's brightest by learning how to uncover trading opportunities hidden in everyday life.
Where better to kick off this episode teaching you how we beat Wall Street? We're headed to a stock picking summit in New York City.
I feel like I know we're bringing our book to this investing conference to give out. I'm feeling like my book is outdated. It's 9 years old now. Everything we do is database now.
Yeah.
And I'm almost embarrassed to give it out, but I have like 1,000 of them left that I bought so I can give them out to people that couldn't afford to buy them or, and stuff like that. And I got to give them out. So if anyone wants one of my books and you live in the US, stick around to the end and I'll tell you how to get it.
For free.
For all those people asking, why don't you put out more trade boards? Why don't you trade more often? If you read the book, you'll understand why it is that we trade so infrequently.
We're opportunistic traders that when we see something that is potentially not yet known by Wall Street, that's when we pull the trigger.
The type of information dislocation that we trade on is rare.
Yeah, we get comments, please put out more trade boards, we're looking for things to invest in. That's not the way our investing, that's not the way our stock picking works.
It's not like a get-rich-quick scheme. The methodology is regimented and you have to learn it and you have to practice it and it's imperfect and listen, I still make mistakes all the time. We make mistakes in our investing.
This is the first time I'll be going back to New York since I've been a vlogger. I feel like we should maybe go pay tribute to Casey Neistat. So our first stop is the Crocs store. Where is the Crocs store?
South. Downtown.
Good.
It's downtown-ish.
Good directions. All right.
Crocs is down 50% from its high.
Yeah.
All my data shows that they are killing it still. The problem is we have this shoe tariff that's potentially going into effect any day or any week now. That's what's crushing the stock, but I still want to do a store check because we just don't have any in Dallas.
That is one way to gauge consumer demand.
Well,
the other we'll be exploring throughout this episode.
Yes. Light rides and sandals. That's really what's about this summer. So social traffic is amazing. Search traffic is amazing. Web traffic is amazing. I'm not calling. I'm still researching it, but I guess I'll do a trade board. I'll do a trade board.
Click on it. It's right here. Made it to Canal Street. Time for our Chinese food. And this is a place that you've been going for how long now?
40 years. Listen, if Dumb Money were in New York, we would not be eating barbecue every day. We'd be eating Chinese every day. And Roll Hop would be our number one place. This is actually a great wait. This will be like 15 minutes, right?
Here's the tip. Don't go to the upstairs.
Oh, first time here?
You have to go into the basement.
I've been waiting a long time for this meal. Wait, too hot. So Dave, what do you think? It's not barbecue, but what do you think?
So good, and I'm so impressed, and I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, we did. I'm proud of ourselves too. Dumb Money, New York.
So what's next?
Next is me going back to the hotel room and figuring out how I'm going to explain how to turn 20K into 10 million in 8 minutes.
That sounds like something that would be perfect for you to figure out by 7:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes.
We'll be back bright and early.
Yes, we will. You know, I like my raisin bran with no raisins, so. I can't believe I gotta publicly speak in a few minutes. I can't even keep my eyes open. I was up till like 3 in the morning, like setting up our books at the registration table downstairs. It's 2:30 in the morning and I'm here putting dumb money stickers on books. Meanwhile, in about 6 hours, I have to be up to speak to 500 people. But that's how we do it at Dumb Money. We keep it real. And I was like, oh my God, what if I was setting them up at the wrong conference? Because you know how many conferences there are in a hotel? I just realized that. Like, I never really saw any proof that table I was setting them up was the investment conference.
You sent me a picture of it, and I was thinking the same thing.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
You don't even know if those tables are the registration tables.
I have no idea. Our books are going to be set up over some conference's registration tables.
Off to a great start this morning. $20,000 into $10 million in 8 minutes.
Kind of know what I'm going to talk about.
Camillo uses data to trade, but he's a guy surfing Twitter and looking at trends, and he has this new thing on YouTube called dumbmoney.tv. It's hilarious. If you get a chance, watch it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Chris is an all-around good guy, and Chris, please come up.
So I had a really well thought out speaking session today and a really professional title about alternative data and how to use it as a retail trader. And Jason, Raznick here with Benzinga called me a couple nights ago and he said, yeah, well, you're not doing that. They just want to hear how you turn 20K into 10 million. I was like, oh God, here we go. And I get it. I totally get that's what you want to hear. But problem is, this is a strategy that I've refined and tweaked over 20 years. And I now have, I think, about 8 minutes to try to kind of, I guess, reveal that strategy. I will do my very best in the next 8 minutes. I'm not sure how well it will go. While I'm on my game, when I'm really on my game, I'm able to accurately and quickly depict the present. My success is entirely dependent on my ability to early detect change. Because when there's change, there's opportunity.
What's the one thing you know now about trading and investing that you wish you had known when you started?
I think when you get started, you're way overconfident, thinking that you can do anything and you can beat the market, and you really don't know what the hell you're doing, right? So, I lost a lot of money early on in my trading career, and I wish I would have just chilled out and spent more time learning and playing with smaller dollars and realizing just how stupid I was at the time.
Is it showtime?
Yeah, the panel stuff this is the easy part. I don't even need to talk if I don't want to, but I usually do.
You see a lot within the social media, with Twitter, with Telegram channels and all, and getting ideas and trying to see where the sentiment is.
It's great if you find something interesting, but if the market has already fully digested that news, that information, it's worthless, right?
This whole social arbitrage trading strategy, not the easiest thing to condense down into a short YouTube video, but I think this conference is actually a really good way to let you guys in on the strategy that Chris kind of came up with 20 years ago, and we've been using ever since. If you find this episode helpful, let us know. Give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments. We'd love your feedback.
If you discover something interesting, the first question you have to ask yourself is, does this thing have the potential to majorly impact a company positively or negatively, right? And if the answer to that question is yes, the next question you have to ask yourself is, does the market already know about this thing that's going to impact this company? And if the answer to that is yes, then you you have no trade. But the answer to that is no. That means you have an arbitrage opportunity to arbitrage the information that you surface. So then you have to ask yourself another question, which is based on the time period that you think it will take for the market to learn about this information that you've uncovered, whether it's a product that's becoming more trendy, if it's consumer adoption of the company's products or services increasing or decreasing. Is there something else that's likely to happen in that trade window that's more important than the thing you discover? An example, let's say you discover, Lululemon products this season are the best curated yoga pants they made in 5 years, and they're selling out every day, right? That's huge. And for some odd reason, the market doesn't appreciate that. They haven't figured that out yet. But there's a lawsuit against Lululemon, and the verdict is coming out next week, right? And if the verdict comes out negative, it could be a multi-billion-dollar loss for the company. That is potentially more important than the fact that their products are selling out right now, right? So one, is the information you surfaced meaningful enough to move the needle for one or more publicly traded companies? If so, is the information that you surfaced already widely known by the investing public? If it's not, you have an arbitrage opportunity. Then you just need to ask yourself one more question, which is there something that could happen to that company within your trade window that would screw up your trade?
Fun times here at the Benzinga conference. You were awesome in your opening remarks, and
I thought I was
you're doing
terrible. I was going on 3 hours sleep. I was reading off my notes.
that you just wrote last night.
I was terrible, but it is what it is. It's over.
It's networking time here at the conference. This isn't our only conference. We're going to be going to FinCon coming up in not too long at all. These conferences are really mainly designed to pick up more merch. At our table, we're only giving away books and stickers. Let's see what we have over here. I'm loading up on merch. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. It's probably taped together anyway. What is your favorite part of conferences?
Lunch.
I'm just really happy to see daylight. We've been trapped in a ballroom all day.
Nastiest ballroom. I hate that.
Time for lunch. We have a lot to talk about.
We do.
Anytime someone tells me they have the best place in Manhattan to go to lunch, and they take me through Times Square,
It's great.
I'm pretty sure they don't know what they're talking about. Bringing all of Chris's advice into question now.
Sit.
How long have you been coming here?
I've been here one time. It was about 10 years.
So this is at the top of your list of things to do in New York.
6 years ago, yeah. Hey, look,
All right.
There's not many options in Midtown. This is the best Cuban in Midtown, right? Hey, do you think it's the best Cuban even bigger than Midtown?
Absolutely. We've been here for 49 years. Yes.
For a reason, right? For a reason. Hey, have I disappointed yet on this trip?
You have not.
Try that. Our way.
Thank you.
Looks great.
Thank you. That looks good, man. Is that bacon around there? It's just bacon around. That is amazing. Dave, I'm gonna try it. I got to give you credit, Dave. You said that we would learn something today at this conference, and I said we're not going to learn anything because I've been doing this for too long to learn about trading from someone else.
I didn't even know what this conference was. I just knew it was active traders, and we are not active traders. We maybe trade once or twice a year with high conviction.
But I'm glad we went in with an open mind because we did learn something. We met a lady who runs a futures firm, and she taught us about futures, which is really relevant.
You happen to be in the market for futures or some way to invest in oat milk, and there's no public oat milk company, so there is oat as a commodity on the futures market.
I think the goal of today's episode is this is the first time we're talking about our social arb trading methodology for trading public markets. I hope we piqued your interest. If we did, there's a lot more of this to come. Obviously, we have trade boards, but over the course of the next year, we're going to be diving deeper into the methodology.
I think today and this conference was actually a really good way to introduce the trading methodology. It's not a day trading, it's not a system, it's just a way of thinking.
Well, you just said it better than I've ever said it. It literally is a way of thinking. Here's the thing, if you have an interest in learning about this type of trading that we do called social arb trading,
Follow the link, give us your address, and we'll send you a free book.
send you a free book, Laughing at Wall Street. By the way, how cool is that? I met 2 people today who told me that they randomly bought my book in a bookstore like 5 years ago, and it's the first investment book he ever read. That's was my dream. That was my dream, all right?
Every time we travel, we cram so much into such a small period of time. Can't we just book an extra day and sightsee?
No.
But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching.
We're Dumb Money. We'll see you next week.